Welcome to Walmer Yard in Notting Hill, London. There are 4 different houses behind me, and in total they are 800 square meters, and this is the front of the house. This is the courtyard.
First impressions.
You know, what can you say? I've never seen anything like this in London. It kind of feels like we're back in Tokyo. It gives me total like Tokyo nostalgia. Just the combination of wood and concrete is so kind of both earthy and like brutal at the same time. It's just my vibe. We scouted a bit in all 4 houses, and oh my gosh, it's such a labyrinth here with 200 different rooms, so we might get lost like 20 times while we show you. We're gonna focus on house 2, and these are all rentals, so you guys can actually rent them if you want.
And the proceeds go directly to the Baylight Foundation.
What's that? The Baylight Foundation exists for the public to understand and experience architecture through the houses of Walmer Yard, as well as doing collaborations with artists and scientists. They also do a lot of events and stuff here that you can actually buy tickets to, so definitely check them out, link in the description. Kind of feels like I'm on a boat or in a submarine or something right now, because this staircase is so brutal with the concrete. The only light is coming from above, giving it a kind of bunker feeling with this echo. It is so cool. There are 4 floors, 2 bedrooms, and at the top there's a yurt.
A yurt?
A yurt.
Ah, a yurt.
David has been living under a rock his whole life and he's never been in a yurt before, can you believe it? Kidding aside, how special is this room? I feel like I'm a villain in a James Bond movie, or maybe that the villain has at least been the architect and now I'm being held captive or something. It is kind of like 60s futuristic cool, but again with all these wooden details that makes it earthy and strangely homely actually. I feel like I wanna sit here in the mornings and, you know, plotting to take over the world, making conspiracies with my other villain friends. Babe, do you think I would make a believable James Bond villain?
Yeah, an eco-terrorist.
Oh yeah, that's modern. And on the top floor we also have the living room. How cute is this living room? It even has a fireplace. I really want to just sit here and like, you know, late at night in the autumn, having a fire on, reading a book over here. It's so nice with the window shutters. Again, all of this wood makes it so cozy. It's quite small, but in one way I think it's suitable for this house because all the materials are so rough and hard, and it's also quite dark. So I think if we had like a huge living room here now, it would feel maybe a little bit too gloomy, but now it feels more snug. And again with the Japanese influences, like the shutters, this gorgeous wooden floor, and this kind of sunken Totoro? Is that you? Does this rise up totally look like Totoro, or is that just me? We humans are so obsessed with like fire and water, and I definitely feel like every home, to feel like a home, should have at least one water or fire element. Obviously not everyone can afford to have a gorgeous fireplace like this, but that's why, you know, I love candles. So just having some kind of living flame in the room when you're sitting down makes you relax so much more and just make you feel cozy and safe. I'm not sure, I mean, an open flame is not safe, but you know. Feel free to check out my other coolest house videos. This is like a series, so I'm gonna leave some links to you in the description. Also, my own apartment if you wanna check that out. Give me a like if you like these kind of videos, and if you're new, why not subscribe? Through the living room, up these stairs, there's a rooftop terrace. I'm gonna show you that later. But now, are we getting sleepy? 1 of 2 bedrooms. This is so calming, this space, don't you think, babe?
Yeah, very.
I'm always so surprised when, you know, you hear someone, one of your friends or whatever, say that they don't really sleep well at night, that they have problems falling asleep, and then you see their bedroom and it's like, you know, so messy, and there's colors and patterns and stuff everywhere, and just being in that room gives me like an elevated heart rate. If you ever had problems sleeping, my suggestion would be like, why not clear out your space? Make it as clean and calm and relaxing as you can without stuff kind of like messing with your visuals. I'm sleeping like a baby. How are you sleeping, babe?
Perfect.
Yeah?
I'm the perfect sleeper.
You're the perfect sleeper? What does that mean?
I sleep perfectly.
we're back in Japan because sometimes you just need storage in your little nook. What's not very Japanese though is me wearing shoes indoors. That's not Swedish either. I'm feeling like a total barbarian. Again, with feeling like I'm in a submarine. Look at this bathroom. It's bright red and kind of like metal. So, okay, a very luxury submarine, but still, the shower is like round and you don't have a shower curtain or anything. I always love a shower where you don't have a curtain so that you just like look out over the whole bathroom when you shower. There's also a bathtub in a corner in here with these like, you know, glass ceiling stuff, so some lights coming in. It's very suggestive. And one thing, there isn't much privacy in this bathroom. Look what happens when I'm closing the door. I do have one very serious complaint though. This is not a good selfie mirror. I'm not a big meditationer, but if I were, this would be the spot. Just listen to this echo, you guys. This is how you know that you're in a minimalist house, am I right? Back downstairs, kitchen. How cool is it? This kitchen is so unusual. There's such attention to detail down here, and I love that they're still going with the wood, the concrete, and the stone floors, making it cohesive with the rest of the house. David, what's your favorite thing about the kitchen?
There's kombucha in the fridge.
There's kombucha in the fridge? Oh, there is kombucha in the fridge. It's a bit weird, but my favorite thing about this kitchen is actually these cupboard doors. I have a thing for cupboard doors that I find them always to be so ugly. Whenever David and I go to a new house, we always look at them and like hope that we can find some inspiration. But these ones, they slide. They are like almost a kind of bamboo-ish. So pretty the color as well. I'm quite sold. Let's remember this, babe, when we buy our own house. Just kidding. This is my favorite part of the house. A food elevator. And you cannot tell me that there's kombucha and then not offer me a glass. So, see you upstairs, little friend. Fly safely. Let's see if this worked. It did! How fresh is that? I've never used a food elevator before. I feel like I'm kind of in an American movie from the 50s or something and I'm about to, you know, bake cupcakes. You know, I said that this is a very dark house, but one thing that I really like is that the further up you get, the lighter it gets. And now we're approaching the rooftop. What better way to end this video than with the whole of London behind me? Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. If you want me to make more London pad, London flat videos, do let me know. And don't forget to subscribe, give a little bit of a comment. Would you want to stay in this house or not? Is it your cup of tea? Can't wait to find out. See you guys next week. Puss puss and hej då! I couldn't be able to do that for either because someone didn't clean the machine yesterday. And I just show up here now and I'm like, pfft. Now I have to start over with all this, and I just look at her like, what the hell? So, and she just keeps on going. She just runs on. So I just say like, okay,